Okay. All right. Becca muted. Becca, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be off, I feel like, because my iPad's like sideways trying to sit up. Anyway. Okay. So I'm Rebecca Travis. I am, can y'all hear me now? Okay. It's just that it's muted. Okay. So I started this business about 2 weeks before Casey did. And so we're pretty much all new in it. But what I like telling people is just that so Casey, would you start September 25th? Was it September 25th? So I was 2 weeks before her. And since then, just for this month of October, we have, I think we're at like 7,500 right now for sales in October. So I have been in other MLMs before and in one currently. And if I could say anything to anybody, it's that this is so easy. It's so easy compared to some other things. So anyway, that's all that I want to say right now. She's going outside. Okay, Casey.
Okay. My daughter came in and started screaming, so I had to mute it. She like knows when I need her to be in bed for sure.
I know.
Okay. So yes, Becca told me about this wine thing, and honestly, I wanted to get it started for my mom because my mom was looking for something, and we thought, Arbonne's not her thing. Totally get it. Juice Plus wasn't her thing, but we were looking for something. So when Becca asked me about this wine, I thought this is something my mom could do. And then the more information I got from Becca, the more I was like, this is something I could do. So I started on the 25th is when I signed up, but I don't think I really pushed until the 1st because I wanted to wait and get a full month to really hit it hard. And so my mom signed up and then Janelle signed up and it was just like catapulted after that. Like it was nuts. Mm-hmm. But one thing I will say, it has been the easiest thing I've ever had to come across and talk to people about because we had no idea so many people liked wine. And spent a good amount of money on it. So when I started reaching out, I was not getting ignored like I was in Arbonne. I had people responding and talking to me, and it was just really simple and refreshing. Like Becca would say too, like it's very refreshing having people respond to you. So we definitely needed this, and it has just been a fun 3 weeks, I guess, that I've really been doing this business. So we're not experts, but we know a little bit now that we've wrapped our heads around. So we'd love to help you guys. Okay, Becca, what do you want to go over first? Hey, Debbie.
Okay, I was making sure I didn't mute mine. Yeah. So one of the biggest things I feel like is just people, when they get into a business like this, you may think that you have to like know everything or that you have to have everything perfect or whatever in order to like start it. But that's actually not the case at all. I reached out to people before I even had wine, before I had even tried the wine, just because I think having, being in another company as well with skincare, you realize how like valuable it is to catch people before somebody else does. And something like this that's going to be shipped to your doorstep, it's now, clean crafted, all the good things that we love about this, no headache, no feeling yuck. People are going to want it. So I just wanted to be able to get out there and really touch everybody first before somebody else did. Mm-hmm. So I think I started, and y'all, I didn't know anything. Like there was stuff that Casey was asking me 2 weeks in. I'm like, I don't know. I can find out, but I have no idea. Like I literally just am telling people that this wine is great and I can actually drink it and not get a headache. And that's what I started with. Like I just would message and say, hey, do you like wine? And then just go from there. And of course you'll get some people who say, no, actually I don't drink. And I'm like, oh, too bad, but other than that, I have never actually gotten a like no, like a ghosting, like a no response at all. Or somebody that's been negative about it. It's just either like yes or no. And the yeses are people who are very like adamant about it. Like once I start in, they're like, oh, okay, what's your website? Where do I order? How do I get this? So again, it's been super easy, but I would say that's the biggest thing to me when you're getting started. You just want to try to like go with the momentum of having, this wine and reaching people, but it doesn't even matter if you don't have everything perfect, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're in our team Work Hard, Play Hard. We'll go over all the groups in a minute. I know there's a lot. But in our team Work Hard, Play Hard Facebook group, Mallory has put together like week by week kind of what you can expect to do in this business. And the first week she said write down a like 200 to 300 person list, which you guys most of you that are on here are familiar with that. You write your contact list. So all I did when I reached out was exactly what Becca did with me. Hey, do you drink enjoy wine? Like / enjoy wine. And that's all I sent out to about over 200 people. And as they responded, I was able to respond back. And what Becca did with me is she did the voice app because it was simple. I don't have to copy and paste anything. Literally everybody gets at least a minute of my time to tell them about this wine. Does not take a whole lot. It would probably take me the same amount of time to go to my notes, find my saved response, copy, paste that, put that in the thing, and send it. But this, they can hear my voice, they can hear my excitement, and almost every single time someone has responded like, oh my goodness, that's incredible, send me some more information, or where's your link? So it's been really simple. So I think just letting my encouragement, or not encouragement, but excitement, and letting my excitement come through, because this is fun. This is not like with skincare. I mean, all of us here do some sort of skincare, and can I see a before and after? And like, let me see some research. No, people know if they like wine and they want to order it. If they don't, that's fine. If they do, yes. Like, it's just fun. So this takes a lot of pressure off, like that, especially what we're all used to. This takes so much pressure off. It's just enjoyable. So, what else would you say, Becca, for getting started right out of the bat?
So the 200 list thing, definitely, but like she's saying, y'all kind of know that. And then, your tastings, I think it's super important. Casey did a really good job with this. I did more like friends tastings, like people who would host a tasting for me right when I got started, just because that was what people said yes to. So I just went and did it. I will say, it was a lot of driving. It was all these things. And I wish I could have, it was always like on the weekend. So like, every weekend. When Casey had her first one, she had one the next day to use like leftover food on her cheese board, the leftover wine from the night before. Like, it was so smart because you're not having to, you're able to use all that stuff up that you ended up doing the day before. So I like telling people when they do first start out to really, if you can do one back to back like that, or even 2 weekday nights or whatever works for you. I think that's very smart, I guess, in just the use of the product, and also, what you had prepared the day before doesn't go to waste. So good. Yeah.
I read somewhere that you had to have like 15 people at a tasting, and I got like really overwhelmed with that because I'm used to smaller crowds. I can gain people's attention with a smaller crowd. And honestly, like in what I'm used to, I'm like, even if it just ends up being 2 people on your couch, you always host it. Well, opening a bottle of wine, you're thinking, okay, that's going to be a lot wasted if it's just 2 people. But when Janelle came, there were only 2 people that came, and Janelle signed up obviously as a consultant, and I booked several parties from that thing. So I'm saying that was worth it. But having that backup wine a couple days later, and honestly, a couple days after that, I had some more people over and said, hey, come help me finish off these bottles of wine. I don't want them to go to waste. You got to come check out what I'm doing. And then that person signed up as well. So like, it's just been revolving. I don't want any of this wine to go to waste. So anytime that bottle gets opened, my mom's doing the same thing. Hey, I've got several bottles open. I'm coming over. Get some friends together. And it's been really quick and simple. We don't need to draw it out. You know, when people are available, I can call you and say, hey, are you free tomorrow for lunch? And you can say, yeah. People know what they're doing a day or two and ahead of time. So don't think you have to plan this out. Okay, I'll do one here, one here. Now, if you can get some people over, get some people over, because this is wine and it's supposed to be fun. So just keeping it simple like that. So like she said, book 2 tastings back to back, especially like if you're starting your business. Janelle's doing this. Debbie, I encourage you to get one more book or one more date on the calendar right back to back to say, because you guys know, like, if a Wednesday night's not available, okay, would a Saturday be better for you? Okay, great. We're doing one Saturday as well. I'll put you on Saturday. And so having those 2 back to back and options for people. Now, people that are hosting for you probably wouldn't do that. You kind of get what you get. And like a girl tonight, she's hosting for me in a couple of weeks, but she had several people that said, I can't come, but I'm ordering. Send me your link. And so that's been fine with people that are hosting for me. So. Okay, we went over a lot of that already. Becca, what does a tasting look like?
So pretty much I'm having my first one that's in my house tomorrow. I ran to neighborhood market today. I grabbed a few different cheeses. I grabbed some grapes. I grabbed some pears. And I think I grabbed a jelly and some crackers. And that's it. I have like a few little boards that I just have in my thing. I'll put it out tomorrow. And then I want to say it should be pretty decent with who has said they're coming. So I probably will open 4. It's kind of hard because I have like 3 people who are all white people. So they want to try like the Sauvignon Blanc, the Riesling, and the Chardonnay. But then I have 2 that are like Cabernet Sauvignon and Malbec people. So I may end up having to do 5, which I've never actually opened 5 at a tasting before. But, you know, I just feel like you kind of have to feel the crowd. And then if that's what you think is going to be beneficial, then you just go ahead and do it. Not that my husband and I can't put away some wine when it just sits in the fridge, but we are leaving for Canada on Friday morning. So I don't know that I can fit in another one between tomorrow and then. But people come. I have my I don't know if y'all know this, because when I did my first friends tasting, I did not know this. The Cabernets and the Reds should go ahead and be chilled like 40 to 60 minutes before the thing. I always thought it was room temperature, and that's how Reds were. But I watched one of the Scout Cellar little classes, and Sarah actually said, you know, your whites are ones that stay in the fridge and they are that cold, but the Reds actually do need to be chilled about 40 to 60 minutes. And it just helps all that their flavors come out. And so you're not just tasting the tannins and the alcohol. So I guess that can happen with certain Reds if they are just sitting out room temperature. So we gave it a shot one night, and one of the more bold Reds that I was not as big of a fan of, that Jordan actually loved, we did that. We tasted it when it was warm, and I was like, oh, no way. And then we put it in the fridge, did it for the 60 minutes, took it back out. It was amazing. I mean, it was like all that potent, just, I would say alcohol. I don't really know that I can taste tannins, but the alcohol, just that really strong taste kind of gets to me, and it was not there at all with the refrigeration. So I think that's a huge factor. Obviously, if you're having people try certain things, you don't want them to maybe get the alcohol side of it and to not really be able to taste the flavor.
Yeah.
The other thing, like with the tasting, I don't know, Casey, because you've always done the iPad, but I've done some where I just do the orders on the iPad. And then I've also done some where I have the sheets printed out, the order sheets.
I've been doing the order sheets now.
Okay.
It's made it so much simpler. You find these on Squirrel Squad, or maybe I don't know. Maybe we can start loading them to Wicked. I think I got everybody in Squirrel Squad. Sometimes it takes a while for them to approve everybody. They have to make sure you're actually a consultant. But I print them out the day of. Mm-hmm. They change constantly because our wines are rotating. But I had them on clipboards, and that way I don't have to deal with the issue of the shipping.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. So,
and you can combine some and make some.
And you just do it after, right? Like
after that night. Yeah. Oh, I lost her. Are you still there, Becca? Yes. People that drink wine, Debbie, normally the question is if people who really drink wine usually know what kinds they like. Yes. Like I knew I liked a sweet white. So I tend to gravitate more toward the Sauvignon Blanc or the Riesling. And actually our Dove Hunt Dog Chardonnay is delicious. And I'm not a dry white person, but you'll get, people usually will know. There's some people are like, I'll just try it all, because some people are like us and may not be that familiar with it, unless you're Janelle and you're like, I specifically know I like this kind, because she's a little bit more wine savvy than myself. There's Becca. I lost you.
Sorry. My iPad, I guess I didn't realize that the charger was not totally
plugged. Oh no.
So it just died. So I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh goodness.
So am I still super quiet?
It's quiet on my end. Can y'all hear Becca okay? You're quiet. Okay. Charge your iPad, woman. Okay. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go into, okay, so let's see. We got what everyone a tasting looks like. Okay, personal sales goals and how to understand the compensation plan. The comp plan is broken down into like 4 different parts. And there are 10 levels, but I don't want you guys to focus on that right now. I want you guys to focus on your personal sales. Personal sales, at the very top of our comp plan, I probably should have pulled it up, but it's on your website. If you go to your website under reports or it's under compensation report or something, you can look that up and there's a chart. At the top right, it tells you personal sales goals, and like 0 to 499 gets you this 12% commission. 500 to this to a 14.99 gets you 15, and then 20, and then 25%. So when you hit 3,000 in personal sales, that's where you're getting 25% off or 25% commission. So if you only do personal sales, you don't care about a team, nothing, you just are out there telling people about wine, which is easy to get there because you're talking. That's a $750 paycheck right there, plus over $600 in free wine. That's really cool. So you can use that wine for your tastings, for your personal stash, for your gifts. You can do a free bottle of wine when you're asking someone to host for you. Say, host a tasting for me and I'll give you a free bottle of wine. I just got this for free, but you can give it to them for free as a gift. They don't care. So that you can use that as gifts or whatever. So that would be what you can do with that. So you're going to be getting free wine. You're going to be getting that personal sales. Now, when you advance, of course, we know you're going to make overrides and commission off of your team and stuff like that. So they have it broken down to where you can make $10,000 paycheck in 10 months, which Becca and I were chatting over this earlier, and we really feel like you can do that a whole lot sooner. So let me share. Okay, here's 10,000 in 10 months. This is how they break it down. We do have 10 levels, but the first two, senior consultant and executive consultant right here, you can do those without having a team. That'd be just based on personal sales. Right here is where Becca and I are at senior manager right here. So they're saying you can make that in 3 months. Well, we just went ahead and decided we're going to make that this month and beyond. So we would like to keep going. But you guys can go over this. They have a video that breaks this down. But right here at this 9th level is your infinity bonus. It's not saying they give you infinity bonus for a car, because I drive an Infinity and that would just be really easy. But they're saying infinity, there is no cap to how many people beneath you can earn commission off of. So you can have 30 people beneath you, 50 people beneath you, and you're able to earn their commission, or not their commission. You earn a commission off of them, a percentage off of them. There's no cap to that. So because we're getting started at the beginning of this company, that is huge, because we are, if you're in the Arbonne world, you're the Cecilia Stoles, and you're going to be sky and high in this business. This is like such huge news.
Yeah.
So, Becca, did you have anything to add on this part right here?
No, not really, but really just that infinity bonus, because even in Rodan and Fields, like you can only go down so many generations and then it, it stops. And so I've never actually seen an infinity bonus in an MLM before. So I think that's awesome.
Yep. So they have it to where you're making that $10,000 paycheck within 10 months, which is, if you do it this way, this is very simple. Selling even just $1,000 in personal sales and finding 2 consultants each month, teaching one to do the same. And we all know the power of duplication. If you duplicate yourself, you're out there sharing more about how this business works, and other people are sharing about how this business works. Our team's growing. You're going to hit that 10th level a whole lot sooner than 10 months and earning $10,000 a month a whole lot sooner. So my vision for everybody here, we're getting started early. We jump in hard. We start talking to people before other people have a chance to be talked to about it, because it is spreading like wildfire, because it is the smartest business I've ever heard. People love wine. It's highly consumable.
Yeah.
And, people spend a good amount of money. I'll tell you that I had a girl that I've been talking to for a year that said the 30 Days to Healthy Living program with Arbonne is too expensive. And the second I posted one thing about wine, she goes online within 5 minutes and orders 6 bottles of wine like it was nothing and says, done. Like, seriously? So the $1,000 a month is my own sales, or does that include anyone I sign up as a consultant? $1,000 is personal sales, so your orders and anything you personally sell. So your consultants would be your downline sales. So great question. Okay. Oh, there are deals, guys, helping people place an order and how to upsell. $99 or more on their order gets them free shipping. If they order 6 bottles to 11 bottles, they get 5% off their order. If they order 12 bottles or more, they get 10% off their order. So if someone's sitting at 5 bottles in their cart, yeah, they're going to probably get free shipping, but they can get 5% off if they order 1 more bottle. And that would just be smarter for them, more bang for their buck right there. And then we also have the wine club. The wine club is where a wine can ship to their door literally every month, 2 months, or 3 months. They don't have to be a part of the wine club. They can just shop wine whenever they want it. But the wine club gives them an extra 5% off. And then they also get a coupon for 10% off their order of any more wine that they want. So say that they're doing 3 months, every 3 months they're getting wine and they run out. They can go online and use their coupon that's in their wallet, in their account, and get 10% off their next order. Right, Becca?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's the perks to getting the wine club. Yeah. Also, they get wine before we get to get it. They get some wines that we don't get to order just yet. So they get first pick, and it's usually like the best of the best, because Sarah, who's the level 3 sommelier that started this whole thing, hand picks them. And so she pairs them to go well together, especially for the season and everything. So people that love wine and just want to be surprised and just show up at their door, that's the perfect thing for them. And they can pick 1, 2, or 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of Facebook groups.
Yeah.
A lot. Wicked Wine Lovers, that's Becca's. So any pertinent information, questions you might have, you can ask on that page. However, there's not as many people as, say, the Cheers to Clean Crafted. Mm-hmm. So it goes, I think I finally figured this out. It goes Wicked Wine Lovers, then Hoop Group,
yeah,
then Rockin' Rockin' Awesomes, then Team Work Hard, Play Hard, then Cheers to Clean Crafted. Then that stops there because that's just nuts.
Yeah.
There is also one called The Reserve. Debbie, I don't think I've added you into that just yet. That is the corporates. So it's not for asking questions. It's for getting a lot of information. They give you every Tuesday, they pop on with drinking wine, having fun, cracking jokes, and they give you like updates and encouragement and stuff that's going on. And it's just really fun.
Yeah. It is.
So seriously, she'll tell you what she's drinking. It's like, what kind of job is this? This is so fun. Okay. Any other questions about any of that? We good? Becca, anything else?
I don't think I have anything else on that subject.
Okay. Oh, you guys on your website, make sure your website's set up. If you go to your profile or public profile or one of those on your website, put your contact information. Sometimes that is how, especially because Scout and Cellar is so new, that people are going to see it circulating on social media. They may go to Google and type it up. And the way Scout and Cellar will do it is they will link them with someone. If they don't have a consultant already, they will link them with someone that is local. So get your contact information, a picture up, so that they know who they're ordering from.
Yeah.
And then Janelle, I think I changed yours already, but make sure it's not Joplin, that you live in Oklahoma. What else? Oh, we are picking up wine. I know in Arkansas they can't ship yet. Oklahoma, we're stinking close. We're next.
Oh,
that's exciting. So, like right now we're picking up in Dallas if you're in like local, and it is actually cheaper picking it up in Dallas. Although tomorrow Chad's driving down there tomorrow to pick up all our wine. So it actually doesn't cost tax, which is
oh, isn't that awesome?
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So the drive is not fun, but the tax is good. Okay, we've got 10 minutes left. All right. Okay, anything else, Becca?
No, not in that area. No.
Okay. Am I missing anything?
I don't think so.
There's a lot, guys. There's so much. I encourage you to go to Team Work Hard, Play Hard, and watch all those videos. Mallory does really great videos, informational videos. She has some great ones on there. So just spend some time. Like what I've been doing is waking up early and learning about these wine things, printing off cute little things to show and read. I'm learning about our wines, which you can do that on our website. Oh, also on the website, the wines go from sweetest to driest. So it goes from whites to rosés to blends to dry reds. And it goes literally sweetest whites to driest whites, sweetest rosés to driest rosés. So, and our order forms do the exact same thing. They go in order as well. So when people are going through that and going through the website, just let them know what's the sweetest. Well, it'd be the Pinot Grigio because it's at the top. So, oh, and I wanted to show you guys these things if you haven't seen them yet. The cans.
Yeah.
These are canned wine. This is one order right here. So this is one bottle of wine. This is another bottle of wine. These are great gifts.
Yeah.
They're called 14K Rosé. They only come in the rosé right now, but get this or just break off one can even and put a cute little cellophane thing on there, and that's a great gift. Teacher's gift, neighbor gift, or stay-at-home mom gift. These are great gifts. Also great prizes for your party. And it's very unique. So I guarantee if you're able to post that you're drinking wine on social media, I can't, but if you are able to, this would be, I would imagine a hot seller if you could do that. So, because it's different.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and most importantly, the whole point of this is to have fun. This is so different. Why can't you? I'm a Baptist worship leader, Debbie. Yeah. I would get fired. And the whole way out the door, we've already discussed this. I would be screaming, Jesus drank wine all the way out the door.
Yeah.
So, you can do this, Debbie. So, basically all I'm doing is just reaching out and talking to people, getting them to the next event. We are wanting to do a Facebook event. We've got one next week with Mallory's team, or I'm thinking of doing one after Debbie's event on Tuesday night. So I'm wanting to get as much out there as possible. I think as of today, I just counted because Mom got another one. Between now and October 31st, just my team alone has 13 tastings.
That's crazy.
You see this? I get hives when I talk to people.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 13 tastings. That's nuts. So a lot can happen in just a few days. So be sharing about wine and just have fun with it, because that's what's going to attract people the most to your team, is if you're having fun. Because if you know anybody that is in social marketing already or another MLM, they may not be at a point where they're having fun anymore, and they may need something refreshing. And this is definitely refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will say too, I did make a notebook, and it stays by my computer because that's usually where I do my messages. And I actually wrote down Arkansas, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Tennessee. I just went through like people who I know on my Facebook that are in other ship states.
yes.
And I'm purposely, because I'm in Arkansas and I don't know any time that it's going to ship here anytime soon. So I'm trying to build, business with customers that it ships straight to their doorstep in those ship states.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that has helped me like kind of track it, because I have their names. I can check whether I've messaged them, all that kind of stuff. And you follow up. I mean, following up is huge. I had messages that went out September that now ordered in October, and I probably had 5 new customers just in like 2 days, so I
was going to show the consultant state by state map. Can you see that?
Yeah, but I can't see the percentage. It's kind of blurry.
Oh.
You may just say it, but there.
So
Yeah.
Look at these states. That's Texas obviously is heavily flooded with consultants. It's not heavily flooded. There's only about 2,000.
Right. Yeah, that's nothing.
So who do you know in all these other states? Salt Lake City is right up here. I've been working with a girl all day today, getting her signed up. She's right up here in Salt Lake City. There's none. It's not a ship state, but all these ones around her are, and it's about a 45-minute drive to Wyoming. And I'm like, girl, you have a huge opportunity right there. Even in Wyoming, Idaho, look at all that. Even this is saying it's popular over here. That's what, 6%? That's not a whole lot of consultants.
Yeah, no. And Debbie just asked, what did she just ask? Something about how do you get customers if you can't go to a tasting? Is that what it said? I don't know where that
How do you build out of state when you can't go to tastings? Some people just know they love wine. You can ask for people to host for you. What I've been doing is selling them there's a 4-bottle tasting set, and having them shipped to their house, and they invite friends over and they can try it, and they can set up a party that way, and they can earn free wine as well if you want to offer them that, because they paid for their wine. But I'm making them buy it themselves, and it's no one's really seemed to have an issue.
I mean, people just like, all the customers that I have talked to have been, oh, I like a Sauvignon Blanc. Do y'all have that? And I'm like, yeah. So here's the ones we have, and they just order. So it obviously is people who probably drink more wine just because they do know what they want, and they are just taking my word for it that with the no sugar and all this kind of stuff, that it's going to be a better quality for them. So that to me has not been hard to get customers, like, at all. But that's just another thing that can build your personal sales, which Casey was saying, when you get to the 3,000, that's a $750 check. And then along the way, you can snag people up for the consultant stuff and build your team. And that's a whole nother category. So, yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. I think that's good for tonight. There's a lot of information. There's probably hours more we could train on, but plug into the other sites. There's been great recordings already. So do what you got to do and just have fun and get the word out before anybody else steals other people. Because that motivates me more when I message someone, hey, do you like wine? And they're like, is it Scout and Cellar? I'm like, yes. Yeah. I just signed up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. So get the word out soon because it's about to be like the biggest thing ever. I just have a huge feeling it's going to explode very quickly. So.
I agree.
All right, guys. All right, I'm done. If you're done, anybody have any other questions, just let us know.
No, I'm done.
All right. Bye.
See